Namaste, beloved community. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday, this September 1st, the first day of September. We have 4 more months left in this year. It's going by very fast, at least for me. I don't know about you, if you can feel the time compression, the time that has sped up, and how it seems like an hour is goes by in a matter of 15 minutes rather than 60. At least that's how it seems to me. I don't seem to be able to get as much done in the time that I used to. And yeah, it just, time seems like it's sped up. Namaste, Angel. So I want to ask you, with this new month and this new moon, which new moons are about beginnings and endings, starting something new, starting something fresh, putting something else to bed, so to speak. What are you starting? What are you birthing? Because this is the 9th month in the year. So what have you been working on this year to create? And how far along are you on your plans? Have you reviewed what you set out to do back in January? And where are you? Are you on track? Have you scrapped those plans altogether and gone in a different direction? Where are you at? So this last weekend, I had a party with some friends, a freedom party, where I celebrated my freedom to create me. Now that I am divorced, now that I have closed out that chapter of my life, which was a big chapter, over many years. I was married for 26 and knew him for 3 years before that. And not that we're done. We'll never be done because we have a beautiful daughter. And he was a great teacher, has been a great teacher in my soul evolution, right? And so for that, I am grateful. I'm just a different person today than I was 28, 29 years ago when I first met him. And I want something different. I want to create something different. I've changed, I've evolved over the last 29 years. And I'm not the same person I was a year ago. It took 14 months, and I'm not the same person that moved to Montana by myself 14 months ago. And yes, so I wanted to do a celebration party, not a divorce party, not a relationship or man bashing or marriage bashing party. No, I think relationships are beautiful. I love having relationships with people. And I think marriage is a beautiful thing, can be a very beautiful thing and beneficial. And relationships, I know everyone on here most likely knows of Sri and Karen. They talk about them being mirrors. And they're a great way to challenge ourselves and to see how far we've evolved and how we are doing, right? So yeah, I'm not opposed. That's not it. I just was celebrating that moment in time, coming through a very big life lesson and evolving to the point that I am now. And celebrating that I have the freedom to be and do anything I want to. I get to choose who Dawna is. And I'm changing my last name to Sunny, Sunne. So I will be known as Dawna Sunny instead of Donna Ostermeyer going forward, because I want to emulate sunshine. I want to be a light in people's lives. I want to be like a beacon of hope, a beacon of compassion and warmth, like the sun, right? So I get to create me. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I was celebrating on Saturday with about 35 friends and family. And it was really fun. And so I want to know what are you celebrating? What, even if it's something simple as you cut out sugar or you cut out caffeine or you decided to limit your alcohol consumption down to 2 days a week and you were doing every night, or you decided to go for walks and you haven't walked in years, or you decided to go start lifting weights and you haven't done that in years. What one thing are you celebrating? What one thing have you changed this year that you can celebrate? I want to celebrate that with you, because a habit does not form. A new way of doing something, transformation, making life changes does not happen overnight, right? We did not create whatever is going on in our life overnight. Whether it's we gain 20 pounds and need to lose them, or we're in an unhealthy relationship and it took time to develop and to recognize and realize that it was unhealthy and that we needed to change it, or that we're in a job that we used to be passionate about and it used to serve us, but we no longer feel satisfied or like we're living our purpose or fulfilling our dreams anymore. It takes a long time to get to those points. You don't gain 20 pounds overnight. You don't go from being happy in a relationship to miserable overnight. Chances are it takes time. And so undoing some of those habits, and that's what, that's what relationships become, is a habit, right? Because you're doing it. You're involved. You get up and you interact with that person on a regular basis, and it becomes a habit. And you can become addicted to the pain. They can become your partners in pain, as Sri and Kara talk about. They can keep you in that victim triangle where it's the victim, abuser, rescuer, and you can do it to each other, and you can do it to yourself, and so on. So it takes time, and it's important to celebrate the smallest steps towards something different, right? And every year, most people put together their goals, their dreams, their wishes for the year. And mostly a lot of people, it's, I'm going to eat better. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to cut down on alcohol. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to, whatever it is. And then oftentimes by the time March rolls around, they have let those go. Those resolutions, those New Year's resolutions. It takes time, and it also takes a plan, because it's such a habit. The old way is such a habit, and it's comfortable, even if it's painful, because it's familiar, it's comfortable. So it takes a plan and a conscious awareness and focus to make those baby steps to a different direction, to a different life, to a different job, to a different relationship, to a different, or just out of a relationship, to more focusing more on yourself and healing yourself from the traumas that you inflicted on yourself, as well as the interaction in the relationship. And most of the time, those traumas are a result of something that happened in our childhood, in our family setting. And then things that happen as adults, as we grow, are like triggers for that old wounding, which is why it's so important to try to go back and tap into our inner child, tap into those traumas and heal them. And there's lots of tools out there. Sri and Kira have some great programs for helping. Navigating the Inner Matrix is a phenomenal one that they're just wrapping up right now, that they've been doing for the last 9 weeks, and it's incredible. It's a home study that you can do, and I urge you to go check that out if you've not done it, because it is profound. The awareness that you will gain of yourself is profound. And it's not, it's not about gaining this knowledge to criticize anyone, to blame anyone. It's not about blaming our parents. It's not about blaming the religion that we grew up in, or society as a whole, or, the fact that society put women down. It's not an equality. It's not equal. And having people of different color will say it's not equal. So it's not about placing blame. That's not what I'm saying. It's about gaining knowledge and understanding why you've made some of the choices that you've made. And when you have that aha moment of, wow, now I understand. Now I understand. And that's what Navigating the Inner Matrix, the first time I did it, did for me. I had that aha moment of, no wonder I picked a man like my husband. I was conditioned to pick men just like that. He was very much like my father, even though I didn't think so early on. I didn't see that early on. But over time, I did. It was a big aha. Yes. I hope I'm still on. It says I was having some issues, but hopefully I'm still on and good. So navigating the inner matrix, going within, tapping in with that inner child of yours from the age that you first remember having any sort of disappointment or trauma, whether it was with a parent or an important adult or a neighbor, or it could be even another kid, sibling or cousin, or just another kid that could have said or done something that made you feel less than, and set up a imprint sort of, or a questioning of your divinity, of your wholeness, of your perfection. We are perfectly imperfect. You are perfectly imperfect. You are given a set of gifts and talents that are unique to you. Your own perspective, your own perception, your own life journey that you've had so far is unique to you. Even if you're a twin or a triplet or more, your path is exclusively unique to you. And that has given you a unique perspective and perception on life, on relationships, on, now granted, you can align with other people in a lot of different ways, but yours is still unique to you. And as a result, you have unique gifts and talents to share with the world that somebody else needs you to share to help them along their path and journey, to help give others hope, to help give others compassion, to help be an example of, yes, I was sexually molested at 3. And up until I think I was 10 or 11, I made it through. I don't have to be bitter. I don't have to be a man hater. I don't have to hold myself back from having a relationship with a man because of what that man did to me. I don't have to limit myself or limit me enjoying my life because of what that sick person did to me. I'm free of that, but having that memory come back, having the knowledge is powerful and freeing, because now I understand better why I made some of the decisions that I made. And that's really what this self-discovery, self-awareness, going back, past life regression, doing hypnosis, doing tapping, doing EMDR, doing counseling, getting mentors like Sri Kara, talking to insightful people that can help, psychic people that can help gain some clarity and insight into things that happened so that you can understand better who you are and why you've made some of the choices that you made. And when you have that knowledge, this is why it's so powerful. You're a magnificent, powerful co-creator. And right now, today, new moon in Virgo is all about supporting you to manifest new, to transform you, to awaken that God or goddess within you, to bring forth that divinity within you, to claim the life that you've always wanted to have, and to share who you are with the world. You are a beautiful, beautiful soul with so much to offer. And it's my honor that you show up, that you come here. Even if you aren't catching this live, I still can feel your energy, and I appreciate it very much. And your energy is beautiful. So what are you doing to take care of you? Are you doing those energy clearing practices that Sri and Kara teach? The energy bath, peroxide, and the salts and flowers, candles, oils, all of that. Are you loving you? Are you taking time to meditate, to walk in nature, to play with an animal? What do you do every day to take care of you? Do you journal? Do you go within? Are you listening to Sri and Kara's shows, the I Am discourses that they've been doing? This is a phenomenal book. And if you have not been listening to Monday Magic, I urge you to go check it out. There's so much content. Sometimes it's overwhelming to me. That's going on, but it's amazing. And now we have this new moon in Virgo, which is all about perfect balance, right? The equal. And Virgo urges you to clear the clutter, to get organized, and to manifest your dreams. So what do you need to clear away? What limiting belief do you need to clear? I did this at my party. I found this incredible spice that dissolves in water. And I had everyone write down what their limiting beliefs were. What fear or other things are you allowing to block you from living your best life, from claiming your dreams, from being who you want to be? And rip it up and put it in the water, and it dissolved. It was like magic. Originally, I'd wanted to do a box burning, but because of the fires, Montana, we are still on fire. Please pray for us and our firefighters, because our air quality is poor. We have so much smoke still, and there's just so many fires still burning across our state. that it's really sad. And I know that there are other states that have fires still going, that the smoke is moving across the country and so on. So I couldn't do a box burning. And it was more of a symbol. A symbol of breaking free of limiting beliefs, breaking free of other people's expectations of who I am and who I should be, getting rid of the shoulds, breaking free of religious confines, rules, regulations of, if I don't do something this way, I'm evil. No, I'm not. We are all humans. We're all going to make mistakes, but you know what? That's your right. It's your right to make mistakes. How do you think we learn if we don't make mistakes? Nobody is perfect. And anybody telling you that you should be perfect and trying to make you feel guilty and wrong and bad and like there's something wrong with you because you made a mistake, you made a poor choice, you chose to do something that you later thought maybe I shouldn't have. How do you think we learn? We can't have the night without the day. We can't have the light without the dark. We have to have both. We can't have, if we don't make mistakes, then we can't appreciate and know when we're on the right path, when we're doing something that really feeds our soul. I thank you, Lynn. Thanks, Angel. Yes, I know I'm all about water. So it's funny how that came together to dissolve this paper, have this dissolving paper appear, and be able to use that at my party rather than burning boxes. It's all about the symbology, releasing those limitations, self-imposed limitations, because nobody else is truly holding us down and blocking us, at least not in the US. And if you are being suppressed someplace else, if you catch this, I pray for you. But we still have the freedom to choose how we think, how we respond, what our attitude is going to be, even if somebody is physically oppressing us. And we can keep our mind, keep our focus on the divine, and keep our eye for the opportunity to break free from that oppression. We are more powerful than we give ourselves credit. You are more powerful. You have the divine in you, and you can manifest anything. And I want you to take the energies that are happening right now, with this new moon in Virgo that is happening today. Well, the new moon is happening Monday. The new month is today. And so these next few days, I want you to think about, what's your higher purpose? What about the universal love? The 9 is about humanitarianism. And we are in a 9-month. September is about balance and joy and rebirth and re-illumination. It's the law of station. And we are being supported right now by the planets and where they're aligning. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Lynn, that you received the shield. And that reminds me, if anybody out there is watching and you want one of these, all you need to do is email me. Send me an email to dawnaforfitness@gmail.com with your address. and I will send as my gift to you. These are so powerful. They're so beautiful. It's the perfect balance. Virgo, perfect balance. This is the cross of equilibrium. It is so beautiful and it is so powerful. I love looking at it. That's why I blew it up and have it right here on my wall, because it is. And I have these smaller ones all over my apartment. In fact, I had the fortune of having my grandson, who's 9, almost 10. Last night, he spent the night, and I took him to school today, and we got to hang out. And he was asking me about this, and so we were talking more about it. And he always asks me about all my stuff because, I have an altar in my bedroom, and I have crystals all over, and I have pyramids all over, and I have um, Ganesh and other elephant statues and dragons statues. I know he thinks I'm his crazy magical grandma because of all the different things that I have in my apartment, and I have these everywhere. And so he was asking me about this and really looking at it, and it was really cute to see his little eyes and his little mind going, and he was definitely intrigued by it, and I'm glad, because I love setting those seeds of unconventional thoughts, that he is a co-creator, that he is so important and he is perfect exactly how he is. And it's important to, yes, be kind and try hard and have compassion for other people and all of that. But it begins with having compassion for yourself. And I love that I get to be an influence. And I know he really enjoys spending time with me, and that makes me very happy. I'm really glad that I get that opportunity to be an influence, a positive influence in his life. So that was really special. And yeah, it's cool. And then, I'll have him hold my rods, my Egyptian healing rods, and he'll feel the energy flowing. And I love that I get to expose this stuff to him at his age, because I wasn't. In fact, I was told that, well, I had an exorcism performed on me when I was 3, because I was told that this was all this energy, and the visions that I get, and the communication with the angels, and all of that was my insights were wrong, were from the devil, were evil. And they're not. I desire to help. There's so much suffering in the world, and there's so much misinformation based on people wanting to make money. And I'm not saying making money is a bad thing. No, not at all. It's energy. And yeah, it takes energy to move forward in this life and to allow that flow. And there's enough energy in the form of financial abundance to go around. It's allowing it. It's believing that you deserve it. It's believing that it's easy, not hard, to come by. It's believing that and aligning with what your true purpose is, what you came here to do, what ignites your soul, what feeds you, what makes you so excited to get out of bed, to go out the door and out into the world. What excites you? Is it like Angel and writing books for kids on water, which I love? What ignites you? And if you don't know what that is, keep exploring and ask your angels and guides, ask archangels to help you, to guide you, to show you. Book a session with Sri and Kara. They'll help you. I'd be happy to talk to you. And there's lots and lots and lots of amazing people out there that are connected that can help give you insights. Are you listening to other shows on Oneness Talk Radio? There's a lot here. There's a lot of incredible people here. And I am so grateful and honored to be a part of this community and to have you come listen in and join me on this journey. Next week, I am so excited to say that I am going to have a friend of mine who is so inspiring. I believe she's 53. She might be 54. Sorry, time flies, right? But this is her book, and this is her. Fit, Healthy, Free Life, by Lori Ellis. And she went on an amazing journey of healing herself over like 20 years. She had been sick and in a lot of pain and just having a lot of issues. And she went on this amazing journey, and her book is very inspiring, and there's a lot of information in here, as well as practices to go within to figure out your own body and what it's trying to tell you and so on. But she is going to be on my show next week. So make sure you tune in so that you can ask some questions through the chat and get to hear her story, which is phenomenal. And she is all about healthy living, clean water as well. In fact, that's how I met her. And for the last 5 years, she's been like a mentor and friend, and she's very, very inspiring. And I think that you all will love to hear her story and hear her talk, because she's really good at communication and speaking. I keep telling her she needs to do so more nationally, and she's like, I'm just afraid. Like, but Lori, she's amazing. So that will be a beautiful treat to have her next week. So have you checked out ShreneCarey.com? If not, why not? I have Lori next week, and then in 2 weeks I will be live from Tosa Blue Mountain. As yes, I am going back. I'm going back in 10 days from now. Well, 12 days. I leave, and I am so excited to go back and watch this as the world is unfolding and evolving. And is it pretty? No, we've got some messiness going on. And in fact, right now, do me a favor, bring your hands to your heart, and let's just hold all the service men and women that gave their life in Afghanistan in our hearts, and their families that are suffering the ultimate loss of their loved ones, serving us, serving the USA. Let's hold them in our hearts, and let's take 3 Ave Sa breaths, sending them and their families light and love, and all the other servicemen and women around the world doing what they feel is right, that are serving their countries with honor and integrity, dedication, and risking their lives for what they believe in. Even if it's not what you believe in, we can have compassion and respect, and we can send light and love to all of them. So let's do that right now. Take a deep inhale, Ave. Fill up your lungs, holding that love and light, sending it out with a big sigh, sending that love and light. to everyone involved. Let's do that again. Inhaling, really filling up those lungs, holding them in your heart. Exhaling that light love with a big sigh. Feeling your body relax. Your shoulders coming down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling Ave in through the nose. Going even deeper, filling up your lungs even more. Holding everyone in the world in light and love. Opening your mouth, letting it out with a big sigh. Sending light and love to everyone. Thank you for doing that with me. I could feel it. It was very powerful. Love is the most powerful thing in the world. And we can change the world with love. We can change the world with compassion, which I think is a form of love. So you have a few days here before this new moon. It's on Monday. Today is the first day of September. You have 4 more months in 2021. And Kira was saying that right now the portal is open. If you want to reverse age, go back 2 years with your physical body, do it. You can. I'm like, okay, I claim that. How about you? So, what are you claiming? Have you looked at your resolutions or your goals that you set for January, for 2021? Do they fit you anymore? And if they don't, that's okay. Don't judge them. Don't judge you for them not serving anymore. And if they do, how far are you on those goals? Are you where you want to be? Are you as far along as you wanted to be at this point? Or maybe you already completed them and it's time to write some new ones because you have 4 more months in this year. What are you wanting to accomplish in these last 4 months of the year? Where do you want to be when January 1, 2022 rolls around? What do you want your life to look like? What goals do you want to achieve? Write them. Meditate on them. Visualize them. See them being reality today. And you can make them happen faster than you think. Yes, some things do take some time. But when you make a choice to make a change, taking steps towards it, you start building that momentum. I love the analogy or example that Abraham Hicks talks about with the car at the top of the hill, like in San Francisco. Their emergency brake is off and you give it a little nudge and it starts to roll down and it's going very slow at first. So you could step out in front of that car and stop it and it's not going to hurt you. It'll just bump up against you and stop. But if you go further down the hill and you stepped out in front of it, you could get smashed, ran over because of that momentum. And that's the same thing when we make changes in our life. When we first start to make changes, that old habit, those old patterns want to stick around our ego. It's telling us we can't. You're never going to be able to lose that weight. You're never going to be able to maintain that exercise regimen. you're never going to be able to eat healthy, or you're never going to be able to give up that nicotine. You're never going to, that's the naysayer of our ego that's trying to keep us where we're at. But we're not made or meant to be stagnant. We're meant to evolve. That's why we came here. We're meant to grow. We're meant to co-create. We're meant to fulfill our purpose for coming here. We were given, each one of us, gifts and talents that we were meant to share, to use to serve, to help compassionately with other people. We can't do that if we're hiding. We can't do that if we're miserable. We can't do that if we are beating ourselves up for some perceived shortcoming or for someone else's opinion of us. We have a choice. And when seemingly negative or bad things happen to us, we have the choice to let it make us stuck, to hold us back, or we can break through and say, that was an unfortunate thing that happened to me, but what are my lessons? What do I need to learn from this? And I'm not going to let it hold me down. I'm not going to let the religion that I grew up in that thought I was full of the devil hold me back from doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. Just because they don't understand. Just because they think it's wrong. I know in my heart that my connection is to the angels, that my connection is to you, to other people, through the divine that's in all of us. We are all spiritual beings having a physical experience. There's not evil in what I'm doing. Now, I could be evil if I chose to be, but I'm not. And that's not what I was at 3. I was an innocent child that was trying to share her gifts. But I came to a family that would challenge me, and they played their part perfectly. They did what they thought was best, the conscious level and the knowledge that they had. And you are doing the best you can with the conscious level you're at. And I'm doing the best I can with the conscious level I'm at. And I'm trying to learn so that I can do better. I'm trying to be a better person today than I was yesterday. I'm trying to learn more so that tomorrow I can be even better than today. And that's where having mentors and counselors or guides, people that you trust to talk to that will help you decipher. That's why it's so important. Taking those classes from Sri and Kara on evolving, plus other people. I mean, Tony Robbins has some great programs. So does Abraham Hicks. Listening to Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle. There's a lot out there. Go with what resonates with you, because that's so important. Hi, Gary. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it so much. And I am so excited to go to Tosa Blue Mountain again and to share that journey with you. If you're not going to be there in person, I hope that you will join in live when we do the fall equinox, the full moon and the fall equinox all within like a 24-hour period. It's going to be so powerful in September, the 21st and 22nd, which is right after, if you didn't know, Kira's birthday. Kira's birthday is on the 20th. So make sure and send her birthday wishes and love for that day. And I'm excited that I get to be there in person because it's such a magical place. The vibration is so high. Sri and Kira are so authentic. You can feel it. It's amazing. So what are you going to do with this incredible opportunity that you have right now? The planets are aligning, the energy is aligning, the cosmos are aligning to support you to transform, to birth a new you. Whether it's a creative project, whether it's literally a new you, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. What are you doing? Angela said she's trying to make the new year. Yes, Angel. We all want to make the new year, which is why it's so important that we send so much love into the world. And try really, really hard not to judge other people. You see a lot of people lashing out in fear because they are terrified. And I think Kira says that, you know, when people are afraid, they'll give up their soul. And there's a lot of people that are doing that. And all we can do is send them light and love and hold them in that light. And know that we're at a time that we are seeing a lot of unrest, a lot of unhappiness, a lot of people acting out from a place of fear because they don't realize, they don't remember who they are. They don't realize that they are the divine inside and that we have the power to do and be and have anything. And we get to decide experiences. I had somebody recently ask me, how can you travel all these places? Aren't you afraid? Because I recently went to Belize as well. And since this pandemic hit, this will be my 4th trip to Ecuador. I've been to Belize. I've been to Mexico. I don't have fear. I don't have fear. And I've not had any negative experience, thank goodness. I know I'm guided, guarded, and protected at all times. I know that I will be intuitively guided as to where to go, where to be, and so on. And it's amazing. Yes, Lynn, you and Gary definitely should go check out Belize. It is so beautiful. The people are so, so sweet and so very loving. And Angela said she meant Tosa. She wants to make Tosa by in the new year. She wasn't very clear. That's all good. Yes, you definitely need to go to Tosa. It's a magical place. It's a very powerful place. It's a transformative place. The energy, you can't help but raise your vibration just being there and being around Sri and Kira. You can't help it. It rubs off, which is beautiful. So as we come to a close today, make sure and join next week when, as I said, I was going to have my beautiful friend, Lori Ellis, this is her, who wrote this book, Fit, Healthy, Free Life, sharing her story and her transformation from illness to incredible health where she looks younger, has more health and vitality. She's a grandmother. She's 53 or 54. Sorry, she's right in there. She doesn't look it. She looks like she's in her 30s, maybe early 40s, but really she looks young. She's vibrant and glowing and a picture of health and wellness, which is fantastic. And she's just got a lot of fabulous information in her book. So join us next week because you want to hear her story and hear what she has to say, because she's just a beautiful soul. And I know that you all will get something out of it. And that's what I try to do with my guests is bring on people that I know will add value and give you something of value for your life. So until next week, I am sending you all so much love and light. And I challenge you to take a look at those goals that you set in January. See where you are in comparison to what you wanted to accomplish. And ask yourself, without judgment, do these serve me anymore? Do these take me closer to where I want to be and to the kind of life I want to have? And if they don't, release them with love and light. Okay, at some point I thought that was important. I no longer do. That's good. Yay, celebrate. You're evolving. You're becoming aware of what works and what doesn't work. And that is beautiful. Yes. So celebrate you. I celebrate you. And if you ever need somebody to say, you got this, send me an email saying, I need you to cheer, do a cheer for me, whatever. I need you to be that positive person to say yes. So good. All right, Angela, the angel, thank you. And yes, much love to all of you. Thank you so much. Whenever you watch this, whether you were live or you catch this in the archives, I send you many, many blessings. Hold yourself a priority. Take care of you. For you above deserves your love. And it begins with you. And we can change the world by loving ourselves more and then radiating that out. So until next week, many blessings, much love, and gratitude for you. See you then. Bye-bye.